Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, it's already the third week of November. Thanksgiving is a few days away. The holidays are in full effect. That means a lot of people are going to start going out to eat a lot of partying, and then going out and doing a lot of grocery spending. And I get asked a lot of times, which is the best card that does both, that gives you a great bang for your buck in dining and one that you could also use at supermarkets. I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's one that's the best because the best is going to depend on your situation, what ecosystem you like to use, and how much you're willing to spend on an annual fee. So today I'm going to give you four of the cards that I feel are worthy a spot in your wallet. I'm not going to go into a deep dive into what every card offers. It's basically just going to cover the dining portion, the supermarket portion, how much it costs a year, and actually whether it's cash back, points, and stuff like that. So do me a favor. It's a long one. Sit back, relax, hit that like and subscribe. Check out the referral links below. I have down there because they're offering their Black Friday sale, the Ekster Wallet Pro. Okay. Which I love Extra Wallets. And right now they're offering up to 50% off and an additional percentage off if you use my code below, Joe Barreto, in the description box below. So do me a favor, look at this. The guys are calling this Wepa Red, but I believe it's called Desert Red. They have a lot of accessories as well. They have card finders and things like that. So do yourself a favor, check out the referral links. If you're looking for to open up a new credit card, check out my favorite credit cards down there from the daily drop. You'll see if they're suitable for you. It also helps the channel. So let's jump into it. First and foremost, mi gente, I'm going to go to the card that everybody calls the foodie card. The card that put grocery and dining out spending, made it elite, made it beautiful in the way they present it, and that is the American Express Gold Card. Now, full disclosure, I had this card earlier this year. I cut up the card because I wasn't able to really use the major portion of the food shopping part of it. So where I went to shop, they really don't cover the points there. So for me, it didn't make sense to just earn 1 point per dollar on food shopping at a Target or at Costco or at wholesale clubs. But I'm going to bring up why I think the American Express Gold Card is still worthy for a spot in your wallet, especially if you're into the Amex ecosystem. So I'm going to bring that up now. And as you can see, mi gente, you're going to get right now the basic sign up bonus is 60,000 points on Amex's website. If you go to different incognito modes or on Resi, you'll see that they have sometimes higher up as much as 100,000 points to sign up for $6,000 spend in 6 months. You're going to get 4 times on all restaurants up to $50,000. You're going to get 4 times at supermarkets, 3 times on travel, rewards, flights, and 1 times on everything else. This is known as the foodie card. As you can see, it says reward your appetite for life. Now, if you're into the Amex ecosystem, this card can be huge for you to earn membership rewards points. 4 times on dining out and delivery and 4 times in supermarkets is huge. Like I said, the only Achilles heel that it has is that it does not code that way if you go to a Walmart or a Sam's Club or a Costco and things of that nature. So that's where I kind of have a little struggle with it, especially coming in at $325 a year for this card. So in order for the card to make sense for me, I would have had to have made a lot more um, charges on the supermarket side of the card when I was using it. Dining out was simple, but the supermarket part gave me a hard time, and that's why I canceled and cut up the card. But for everybody else, I'm telling you now, if you are in the Amex ecosystem, this is a beast of a card for you to have because the points will accumulate quickly, especially those of you that have large families and going out to eat is a big cost and going out to food shop for them is a big cost. You really should look into the American Express Gold Card as being one of your go-to cards for dining and supermarkets. Now I'm going to also now go into the next card. Now this is one of two cards that has no annual fee. It's gone under a little bit of a refresh the past couple of months, and that's going to be the Savor card. Now, the Savor card is going to be the one that right now at no annual fee will give you, and I'm going to pull it up here, 3% cash back at grocery stores, on dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services. As you can see, there's a pre-approval that Capital One does, which I like. And the issue here I have with Capital One, and you guys have known my Capital One drama, is that they break it down here into two sections: Savor rewards for good credit and just the Savor rewards for what they call excellent credit. You notice here where it says limited time offer, they're giving you for a one-time $250 cash bonus if you spend $500 in the first 3 months of the account opening. They're telling you need excellent credit. Now, this is what throws me. I have an 840 FICO credit score, which is excellent, but they're only offering me the good card because they say I have too many credit inquiries. So that is the only reason why I don't have a Savor One. I really would like to get this card. It is a powerful card. If you get the Savor card for excellent credit, you're going to see you can get 0 APR for 15 months, which is huge, guys. But if you look on the opposite side, and this is where people kind of get, caught up in the Capital One issue, the cards look the same. The physical card looks exactly the same. But you notice the APR here is 29.99, no grace period of 15 months. Whereas on the excellent side, that's what you get here. So do yourself a favor. And if you're going to apply for this card, make sure you're going to get the one for excellent, because you get the sign-up bonus of cash back for $250, plus you get 15 months to pay that back off. Now, you're also going to get 5% cash back on all hotels and rental cars booked through the Capital One portal. This is a strong card. 3% on groceries, 3% on dining out. Entertainment, which codes as many different things. It could be amusement parks. It could be movie theaters. It could be going to a baseball game, and also streaming services. Okay. So 3% back on all of that, and then 1% on everything else. That is the Capital One Savor card. Now, this was the one that kind of went over the refresh. They had a $95 a year version of this. They got rid of it, and now they have it for 0 annual fee. So which then takes me to the third card. Now, this card kind of comes in between the no annual fee cards and the high-end American Express Rewards Gold card. Now, this is the Citi Strata Premier. Now, the Citi Strata Premier gives you a ton of 3% back, or 3 times back on a lot of categories, starting with your air travel hotel purchases, but the restaurants and supermarkets 3 times back. I know it's 1 times less than the Amex Gold, but it's also only $95 a year. So for $95, you're getting a card that really is offering you a lot for the money. Besides the 10 times that you see there on 10 points on thank you points for hotel card rentals and attractions, you're 3 times on restaurants, hotel purchases, supermarkets, gas stations, EV charging, and 1 times on everything else. It'll also give you a $100 hotel benefit. If you sign up now, you're going to get 75,000 points, thank you points, for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. This was the offer that I got back in May. It had been at 70,000 for the public, and then it went up to 75,000 points if you were a Citibank customer already, which I was. But now this seems to be for a limited time. They're offering 75,000 points back to you for spending $4,000 in 3 months. So why do I think this card is powerful, and maybe a little bit more powerful than the American Express Gold? Because it's $95 and it has a lot of great categories to go with it, that you really can use this as almost like if it was a catch-all card to go with your dining, to go with your supermarket spend. But again, if you're into the Citi ecosystem with your double cash cards and things of that nature, this card is a solid card to have in your wallet. It gives you a lot of transfer partners, like American Express does as well. But this card comes in at 95. Now, the next card I'm going to bring up is a little bit of a hybrid card. Actually, it's two cards. It's what I call a sleeper card. A lot of people in this space know about it. It's not really the most, let's say, popular card or the sexiest card out there, but I'm going to bring up to the stage right now the triple A Advantage, Daily Advantage, and Travel Advantage cards. Now, why these cards? Well, if you look at the Daily Advantage, again, they look the similar cards, one's a little darker than the other. This is a Visa signature card, no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees. Each one, they have overlapping multipliers, but one has more of a strength in terms of food shopping. The other one gives you a little bit of both with dining, but the multipliers for the shopping one, which is going to be the emphasis today, is the Daily Advantage card. And you're going to see why. 5% on grocery store purchases is huge for a card like this. Okay. 5% back. It's in the same category, let's say, as the Amex Gold and the Citi Strata Premier that I mentioned, and the Savor card that I mentioned. So that's for regular supermarkets. Now, here's where its superpower comes in. You're going to get 3% cash back on gas and EV charging, but also on wholesale clubs. Okay. Your Costco, your Sam's Club, you're going to be able to use it at Walmart and get 3% back on that. You're also going to get it on streaming services, pharmacy, and AAA purchases. You'll get a $100 statement credit when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months or 90 days. Now, where the travel advantage differs a little bit is the multiplier is higher on the gas and EV part. You see 5% cash back, but 3% back on grocery stores, restaurants, and AAA purchases. So if you're not going to shop at Costco, at BJ's, Sam's Club, things like that, the travel card might suit you well because it includes the dining and grocery store, okay? But if you're strictly looking for a card that really gives you the best bang for your buck for no annual fee, just to do grocery shopping. So that's what I would focus on here. Yeah, you do get multipliers for gas and EV charging. Yeah, you're going to get some for streaming services and pharmacies. But then the AAA Advantage would be the card to go to, because if you do a lot of shopping at, Costco and things like that, 3% back is huge. If you go right now with your Sapphire Preferred or any other card, you're only going to get 1x or 1% back on those spends at those stores. Here you're getting at least 3. You can't go wrong with any one of these two cards. Some people have both and they just interchange them when they need the most for the best bang for the buck overall. My understanding is, and I will be applying for this card, that their credit limits tend to be anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 in credit, which is huge for a card like this with no annual fee. Plus, if you also get AAA, no matter what, this at least you're going to get some cash back on that spend you put every year to get your AAA membership. You don't need a AAA membership to get this card. You don't. You could apply for this on your own. As you can see, you could just apply. You don't need AAA membership. This is a separate entity in and of itself. So, mi gente, today I gave you 4 cards, which I really do feel should be in your wallet to be able to use for dining out and for grocery spending. The first card out the box, the American Express Gold card, 4 times on dining, 4 times on groceries, $325 a year for an annual fee. Plus, you'll get membership rewards points, 60,000 points, 6,000 spend in 6 months. The second card, the Capital One refreshed Savor card. Remember, there's 2 versions. They're both 0 annual fee. However, one is for good credit, one is for excellent credit. The good credit doesn't give you any cash back at sign up, nor does it give you any grace period of months without interest. They bang you over the head right away with a 29.9% interest if you get that version of it. You want the excellent version that gives you 15 months of 0% APR for that term. The third card is the Citi Strata Premier. The Strata Premier comes in at $95 a year. You get 3 times at a lot of different categories, but in particular for dining out and for grocery spending, you get 75,000 thank you points for $4,000 spent in 3 months. Then the last one, which I said was a sleeper card or cards, which is the AAA Daily Advantage and Travel Advantage cards. If you just want strictly a card for grocery spending, then go with the Daily Advantage because you do get 5% at supermarkets and 3% back at wholesale clubs and pharmacies, whereas the travel gives you the 5% on gas and EV charging, but it gives you 3% back on supermarkets, not including wholesale clubs, but 3% also back on dining. I know a lot of people that have both cards and they just use them as they need it, depending on the situation. So, mi gente, like always, you can choose to be anywhere else. You chose to be here with me today. I thank you for that. But more than anything else, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving. Take care.